Greetings, it is TVB, and a few Fridays ago, I believe, it was National Manatee Day. Being late to the party like I always am, I decided to make an animal fact video dedicated to the manatee. After the first one we've had in quite a long time, so this animal fact video I'm filming on April 10th, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna upload this and 6 more animal fact videos alongside 7 other My Leg videos over the span of 2 weeks. So I'm just gonna be hitting you guys bang 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 with animal fact videos and My Leg videos. Let's talk about manatees. Like most marine animals like whales, dolphins, seals, and sea lions, manatees are thought to have evolved from terrestrial 4-legged mammals roughly 60 million years ago, shortly after the dinosaurs went extinct. Manatees belong to the mammalian order known as Sirenia, which consists of the West Indian manatee, the African manatee, the Amazonian manatee, and the dugong. These 4 swimmy, saucy boyos are the only mammals that are both truly aquatic and primarily herbivorous. As a matter of fact, they share a more recent common ancestor with elephants than they do with whales and dolphins. The manatee species you're probably most familiar with is the West Indian manatee, which has 2 subspecies known as the Florida manatee and the Caribbean manatee. While the dugong will only live in the salty Indo-Pacific oceans and the Amazonian manatee only lives in the freshwater rivers and swamps of South America, the West Indian manatee and its sister species from Africa are just as happy in freshwater and brackish water as they are to the seas. The West Indian manatee is the largest of the extant Sirenians. At 9 to 11.5 feet long, it can weigh up to 440 to 1,320 pounds. It can live longer than 50 years in the wild. The oldest manatee in the world was Snooty, a resident of the Parker Manatee Aquarium in Florida who passed away at 69 years old during July of 2017. Rest in peace, Snooty, we miss you very much. Dugongs differ from the manatees in a handful of ways other than habitats and a smaller weight of 550 to 660 pounds. A dugong's skin is way smoother than that of a manatee's, and its tail is shaped very similarly to that of a dolphin, while manatee tails are round and paddle-like. Manatees also don't have incisor teeth, not like dugongs whose incisors grow into tusks with males. Instead, manatees have molars that grow throughout their lives to replace molars that are worn down from eating all those delicious ocean veggies. As I've said, the Sirenians are herbivorous, hence their common nickname, the sea cows, as their square-shaped lips are perfect for collecting plants. In the oceans, they eat mostly seagrasses, and in freshwater, their go-to breakfast, lunch, and dinner are freshwater plants. They also eat algae, which is ironic since manatees swim slow enough for algae to grow on their skin, just like sloths in the rainforests. In aquariums, manatees are typically fed lettuce. If you haven't seen it already, you should add going to a manatee exhibit at an aquarium to see these things eat lettuce. They just take the whole head of lettuce with their flippers and just make out with it until there's nothing left. It's so cute. The Sirenians are named after the seductive female creatures from Greek myths called sirens. These fiends were believed to be half woman, half bird, and lived on an island off the coast of Italy, and would lure sailors to their deaths with their beautiful looks and singing voices, only to eat their delicious, nutritious flesh. Another female seductive creature that manatees are frequently associated with are mermaids. You know and love these half-fish, half-woman creatures, as they've appeared in maritime stories and folklore, legends, myths, and religions all around the world for thousands of years. To this day, cryptozoologists and the general public who are just interested in this kind of stuff have been debating the actual existence of mermaids for years, as many have claimed mermaid sightings all over the place. Most have pinned these sightings and tall tales on manatees, as sailors may have seen manatees from a distance in like old times, with their large tails and their flippers that can understandably be mistaken for stubby arms. But that face though, how on earth can you mistake this whiskery boy for Ariel? I still wonder what kind of shrooms were mixed in the rum that sailors were drinking back then. Where can I find some? The only Sirenian to venture outside of tropical waters is the Steller's sea cow. This Sirenian was in the dugong family and lived in the northern Pacific waters near Alaska and Russia, known as the Bering Sea. Steller's sea cow was the largest of its kind, weighing over 10 metric tons or 22,000 pounds and having a length of 9 to 10 meters, which is over 30 feet. To put in perspective, that's larger than an orca whale, but smaller than a sperm whale. They had a much darker and thicker skin than all extant Sirenians and were first recognized by science in 1741 by George W. Steller. Due to their enormity and tendency to bob around on the surface, Steller sea cows were highly popular targets for hunters on boats with harpoons, and were hunted so relentlessly that these giants became extinct less than 3 decades after they were discovered. And finally, all 4 Sirenian species are at conservation status of at least vulnerable, with the West Indian manatee being taken off of the endangered species list back in 2017. They're still vulnerable due to a slow reproduction speed with a gestation period of like 12 months and boat-related accidents. Poor manatees can't seem to avoid boats, as 120 manatees were killed by boaters in 2019. The African manatee is also eaten by fishermen in a lot of West African countries, while the amount of remaining Amazonian manatees is hard to tell since the Amazon is such a huge and unexplored part of the world. Geez, I gotta take a trip to Brazil one day. So, there you guys have it, 7 facts about manatees and their relatives. If you guys enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, please, and expect a lot more, like I said earlier, expect a lot more animal fact videos be coming soon. And yeah, stay safe during this difficult time, guys. I love you guys a lot, thank you so much for watching, and have a nice night.